Hi friends, MD Vegan on my Gentle Juice Fasting day. That is once a week I only drink. I take all the fiber out of my food. I only have liquid food. I drink all kinds of things. Water beginning in the morning, of course, a large glass of water or two. Practice on the mat, on the yoga mat. And I drink tea, coffee sometimes, yeah. Plant milks. And I always make a juice, or usually I make a new juice recipe on a fasting day. So when you take the fiber out of the food, only the nutrients remain. The fiber is that what makes digestion work. And in the digestion is the most of our immune system, so the ability of the body to defend itself, diseases and so. That is very strong. And the fiber keeps that going. Fiber is so important. On a fasting day, if you turn it all upside down, so to say, there's no digestion. It's like a long rest. Like at night, we have this time of calmness, quietness, self-healing, cleansing. That's what nights are for. In the brain even, there's a huge amount of cleansing going on at night. In the intestine too. So when I have that longer day, that is a longer cleansing. Digestion rests, and the nutrients I take in, they are more cherished. My body is more alert. There's no energy for digestion. It's all in the senses, in the process of self-cleansing, the awareness. All these non-physical things are more alert, and I can feel what an ingredient does, how they play together, how they work together in a meal, in my body, in my mind. So that's cool, and I like that, because on a fasting day, I have not all the kitchen work to do. I have more time also for myself. Making a juice, requires a little bit preparation. I need to plan a little bit and get the ingredients together. But I have my recipes now, and basic recipes where simple ingredients work together in a nice way, tasty and healthy, and so I can easily build on that. Today I make a celery juice. That is a new recipe line of mine. I never liked celery juices. There's a hype. People say celery juice is the best ever, and they love it. And I tried it. I didn't like it. The flavor of celery is so strong. You see, this is a whole head of celery, these stalks, and they are super healthy. They have potassium, that is replacing the sodium from the table salt, so to say. It also has, potassium also has a little bit of salty flavor, so that's why you can use it as a replacement. It's a very important for many people that they suffer of high blood pressure from too much sodium intake or salt. They eat too much salt. It's very important for many humans. For the diseases and so dangerous disease, and so that is recommended as a replacement. It is also salty, but it has no effect on the blood pressure high. It brings it down in the opposite. It's very cool, and it helps also eliminate sodium with the kidneys. So that's a very healthy plant. It has a very strong flavor. That is the problem. If you juice it as is, it is very unpleasant to me, but some people like it. Was always it looks so fresh, so nice, a nice head of celery. So I would like to have it. You go to the shop and you see all these wonderful plants, you want to have it. But I couldn't use it. I only use it as a stick, one stick or two sticks to seasoning. That's usually what celery is used for in the kitchen. Traditional kitchen, they use celery a lot, but only as a seasoning for a broth and a soup or so. In a juice, you can put a stick of celery to make it taste a little smoky. But by itself, it's too strong for me. So now I found a way. A friend of me gave me the advice, try a whole stalk or two heads of celery with apples, two sour apples. I tried that and I was blown away. So it's so delicious. That was the secret. Yeah, I needed a little bit of lemon to it. Perfect. I liked it. And since then, I've been making several celery juices with the main ingredient is celery stalks. And today I make one with a pear. I recently found that was also very nice. I was so surprised. Here I have 3 or 4 pears. You know, beautiful pears. They are pretty nice now in the shops. You can get them here in Germany. They have to be ripe, of course. They have the nice sweetness, and there's a little tartness to it, a little bit bitterness. In the peel especially, the pear has a very complex flavor. It's mostly sweet. But it goes very nice with celery. I was surprised. And today I also add a cucumber. Let's see. I have already made cucumber juices with celery. That was my first cucumber juice, actually. Cucumber is also a very wonderful ingredient. It's a fruit, by the way. The seeds inside, that means a fruit. But it is like a veggie, you use it in the kitchen. And I make a few very easy cucumber juices, but I always put a little bit of celery in there, 1 or 2 stalks, not too much, and an apple. So that was a delicious cucumber juice. It tastes a little bitter by itself, like cucumber juice by itself. Some juices need a little bit extra ingredients. But the other way around now is also nice. I found I make a celery juice, a little bit of cucumber with it. I have 1 cucumber here, and then I add lemon and ginger. That is for many, many recipes. Lemon and ginger is a wonderful booster. Ginger, for example, is a fire element in there. It helps digestion. It helps also take in nutrients. It boosts the nutrients intake. Ginger is an amazing seasoning, one of the healthiest we have. Very manifold, thousands of benefits. And this is a lemon. Lemon is a strong antioxidant. That means it keeps other ingredients from decay. That's, of course, very good. Also the body. Lemon is super healthy, and the peel is the healthiest part of the lemon. Only it has a bitter flavor. Yellow especially can be very strong. So I'll try, but when I have greens, they are bitter by nature. Sometimes it can be difficult to add too much lemon peel. Let's see if I can do some. I will begin juicing now. I tell you afterwards when I come back if I used lemon and how much. So here I'm back and I tasted the juice. I did it as I had in mind, so I used the pears with the cucumber and the celery and the lemon and the ginger. And I tried to taste the juice with a little bit of the lemon peel. I wanted to find out without the peel, and then with peel I tried, tasted the juice, a little teaspoon, and I found, well, I need more lemon a little bit, and maybe a little bit more peel. So I tried more peel and more lemon, and it was still not rounded. The lemon flavor, the extra lemon flavor was good. A little bit peel also, but I didn't want to take too much peel because it began to become more bitter, as it should. So I could only take a little bit of peel, half a peel, from half a lemon the peel I could take. That was good, very good. And 1 extra lemon. But it was still not good enough because, you know, when I had the pear, I wanted to try with this juice how celery works with pear together. Before, I always tried it with apple. And the apple was the base for delicious celery juice in the beginning, 5 juices ago. So I tried it without apple today. But I tell you, it didn't work. There was something missing. The pear alone didn't cut it. I mean, especially together with the cucumber, another bitter ingredient. So what I do now is, I will try to add 2 apples to this juice. That is the original amount of apple that I had in the celery juice in the first place. I had more celery, but double, two heads. But with 2 apples that was good, but here I have also the cucumber, and I have also the lemon, the pear. So I take only 2 apples and 1 bunch of parsley. Yeah. That is because usually when I add pear, I'm pretty sure that adding parsley can be a very good idea because pear and parsley is such a perfect combination. The pear has a sour green flavor, a little peppery, and the pear has this sweetness with a little bit of bitter. And the sour from the parsley green and the bitter from the pear, the sweetness from the pear and the bitter, that goes nice together, bitter and sour. In that combination, it's perfect. So pear and parsley is a smoothie I make and a juice. So I try this juice to give it a little bit more roundedness and fullness, because here, as like this juice, this has no apple and no parsley, just a little bit more lemon. And I would say that would not work as a nice recipe. So give me one more chance. I try the same juice now, adding apple and parsley, and I come back in a second and show you. So I hope that's it now. Adding 2 apples and a bunch of parsley. That might do that. Taste it in between to check out. I don't want to take more lemon peel. No, just I would say when you have 1 lemon and a half a peel, maybe a little bit more lemon, that's okay. But that's it for it. I would say, and 3 or 4 pears, pretty large pears, 2 apples, sour apples, and then half a stalk of celery and 1 cucumber, and a good nice amount of ginger. So let's see what it tastes like now. The final juice here. The color is nice. It looks fresh. All these celery juices, they look like a fresh, and they are really refreshing. More ingredients I add, like apples, pears, then parsley and cucumber, all this. It makes it different. It is really then has not longer this pure freshness that is characteristic for just celery juice with a little bit of cucumber, apple and lemon. It's totally fresh and refreshing in the morning. Wonderful. But they have a more rounded flavor than it's more powerful when you add other ingredients like the greens here. So they're all different, these juices. They have all different characters and flavors and effects. Let's see what comes to this. It's pretty complex. It has a cucumber and parsley, so it's 2 powerful greens, and then apples and pears, lemon and ginger. So let's taste it. Color is nice. Texture is nice. It's always, celery juice is always runny. Yeah. The pear might make it a little bit creamier, but not much. And let's taste. The flavor is most important. Good. Yeah, convinced now. Yeah, so the pear adds a little softness, a gentleness to it, but it does not work without the apple, I have to say. So the main addition to the celery here is a pear, 3 pears or so. That's okay. It works, but not without an apple. That's my resume. Together with the cucumber, I say, with the cucumber. Without the cucumber, you could also maybe skip the apple. But here's the juice. Look for yourself. It's beautiful, I would say. It's runny. That's nice for a juice. This freshness is still there, of course. But there are other juices that are really creamy, or beet juices are heavier. They're not so refreshing. They're more, give you endurance, for example, strength. They are all different, as I say. So, new celery juice, wonderful. I will continue to find out more about these wonderful celery stalks. They are amazing. They can be used in different ways. But what I found out already is it's a little more difficult to make a delicious celery juice, because in other juices, like take for example the easiest, maybe a carrot juice. Yeah, you can use carrots as is. You drink carrot juice and you don't need any measurements. Adding an orange or an apple, it doesn't matter. You can take as many as you want. Apples, oranges, carrots, any ratio. Now, these kind of things, you don't need it, that's not complicated. But when it comes to celery juices, maybe that's one of the more complicated juices because you need certain ratio here. Otherwise, this very characteristic celery flavor stands out too much in the way maybe. But as I say, that is, many people like celery juice as is. Totally up to you, of course. To me, it requires a certain amount of, almost like the measurements. Yeah, measurements usually in my recipe is not so important. I have a small number of ingredients, and I go by feeling intuitively when I make the measurements. It's easy to understand how much you need, and usually. Yeah. But with the celery juice, I would say there is a little bit more precision with the measurements recommended, in my view. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. You try this juice. Maybe you tell me how you feel about it. And I will now drink that slowly. As I said, the fiber is out. This is mainly the fiber here. It is what usually is digested, and it's super healthy on a regular day for eating. Food without fiber is not healthy. Makes the food really healthy, and but on a fasting day, as I said, is different. And so the nutrients go direct into the bloodstream. I have to drink slowly because when I drink fast, then the blood sugar spikes, for example. Yeah, and then the metabolism is not in order anymore. You're confused and you can get dizzy or other things not so nice. So that's not recommended to do. So drink it slowly. That's maybe important to mention. This is like in meals for me, these juices. Very precious. I have some time to drink it, to enjoy it, do other things while I do it. And always little sips to enjoy the flavor. And I've also found out for myself I need 4 liters in total over one fasting day to really feel great all the time. Drinking too little can cause a little problem. Also, when you're on medication, I recently read that this reliable source that you should maybe, for sure, you should consult with a medical professional because when you have medication, then it can be stored in the body or it can be washed out of the body on a fasting day, even one day. So the effect can be changed. It can be too much, too intense, or too little for you need that medication. So you consult with your doctor when you are on medication or on a fast. Maybe you should ask them, doctor, before. Otherwise, when you feel great, and so it is usually no problem to fast for one day, but longer, then again, medical advice is recommended because in organs, especially the kidneys, when they have to eliminate so much, and on a fasting day, all this is changed also according to how much you drink. So they're a little bit careful. Is it? And even one day can be too much fasting if you don't drink enough, for example, or so. So I, for myself, drink a lot on that fasting day, and then I feel great, and then nothing happens. But when I feel not good, I slow down the fasting because it's can be very strong cleansing. Yeah. And so to slow it down, I have to eat something, for example, or I have to drink a smoothie with fiber in it, yeah, or a light salad or a soup or something. So then it gets easier on the body and the system, and the fasting is, the cleansing is slowed down. I do that. I would do that. I would recommend that. I would not push it through to get the best effects. To me, that doesn't work at all. I tried these kind of things. It doesn't end well oftentimes, and I don't want to take a risk. It's best you do the best you can, and it's my opinion. Always go moderate, and then you can continue all the time for years and years and have the best benefits over time. Yeah, that's my little unimportant advice for my experience. Yeah, drinking a lot is important, and then drinking slowly. The juice is here, and next day eating again. Careful, not too much, because the body wants to have more than it needs, because I have not eaten enough on the day before, so the body wants to make up for it. So it pushes me to eat more than I need. And for that, I have to be a little bit aware, careful, to not give in to that impulse, that feeling, I have to eat now, a little hungry. No, after eating on a fat day, after breaking the fast, I eat a little bit. The body tells me, eat more. I'm hungry. And that is an illusion. He does that only because he wants to go back to the stage before. But I only eat as much as I need on a regular day, even if my body tells me eat more. So that is the thing I also would recommend, that you pay a little bit of attention to what happens on the day after the fasting, or maybe on the second also. Can be very powerful, the effect. A little bit moderation, a little bit not giving in to the first impulse that says eat more. Because it can, I have more experience. I felt, oh, there's a feeling of hunger in my stomach. I was full, clearly, but then the stomach felt as if there was empty. I want to eat more. I said, what is that? So wait for half an hour, and it goes away. So that kind of awareness after the fasting, 1 or 2 days even afterwards, for me, that was a good idea. So when I know that, I know my body then, I'm not confused anymore about that, then there's no problem. But the body tries. The body tries to keep it all as it was. That's very good quality of the body. That is inertia, so say. That is something that is needed. The body wants to stay in the working state, where everything is established. You want to change something, diet change or so. You need to be a little bit tricky and looking forward and more aware. So fasting is also great for transitioning to a vegan diet, for example. That's it's a wonderful thing. Fasting is not so good for weight loss simply because, as I said, the body wants to get back to the state before. So one day fasting to lose weight, next day you eat more anyway. So to change the diet, to me, fasting is a good thing. But it is for constant diet change, not for weight loss. The weight loss comes when you need to lose weight. First change your diet, and then on the long run, the weight goes down. That's also my recommendation from my experience. Sometimes I gain some weight. Then I change my diet, change a little thing, maybe eat not too late at night, eat earlier, because the later you eat, the more the calorie work, the more the calorie gives you weight, extra weight. Food that is eaten early in the morning or early in the day has is less calorie worth. The same calories give you more weight later in the day. There's a long studies on that, about the metabolism and the circadian rhythm, and so it's very well researched that. They have some research for that, about that for decades. I found all these information by Dr. Gregory. He's a very has a great team and research and presents all the research, compares all the different research that is done and summarizes it in a way. I couldn't do that myself. I couldn't read a study and then come up with the results, because these are discussions that happen within science. I'm not a scientist like that, but other scientists, they explain all that. That is helpful. So that's my little 2 cents for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you join again. And if you like my video, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. And there's a Facebook page also that's called 3 Yoga Moon Fasting. You can also go there and see all my juice recipes, the fasting calendar for the best fasting days, and so forth. See you soon.